I never thought in a million years that the time that I was going to need a plan B was because the industry doesn't exist anymore. Especially when I was in Beautiful. I was in that show on tour and on Broadway for so many years that I was like, I don't need to do anything else, I'm fine.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we're becoming crushed under a tidal wave.
New York being on the news nationwide, everybody who cared about me was even more afraid. And so people reaching out to me saying, are you okay? I hear somebody's dying every 6 seconds in New York City. Are you okay? All of my colleagues have lost their jobs. Costumers, lighting, sound design, like directors, choreographers, of course, actors and actresses. A lot of my friends who have moved out, they're like, just give me a few weeks notice so that they can get an apartment again, move back into the city. But then there are those people who are knee deep in a new career, who have maybe been looking for a reason to leave the industry. And so now they not only have a reason, but they've already started a different chapter in their lives. But today we're talking about Moses. Y'all know Moses, right? So we are in the... Unemployment has helped, but unemployment does not pay for this. Like, it covers my groceries. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need Broadway to come back eventually, or my coaching business to pick up, or my Black Hair in the Big Leagues podcast to generate more income, or for my Instagram or my blog to generate more income, and those things will be great. But until then, I'm like, I'm just on my savings.
Broadway is still closed, and here in Times Square, there's a lot more people, traffic, and tourists certainly than there was in spring of 2020. And yet, in comparison to 2019, this represents a drop of 66% in tourism for New York City, an industry that's not expected to recover until 2025. And this economic contagion spread to other sectors.
Welcome in, sir. I am Andrea Pasmino, and I currently work as a director of front office at the Fitzpatrick Grand Central Hotel in New York City. In our location here, we went from 98 employees, and now we're down to 12 employees. We have the contactless tracing when you walk through the door. We have an employee from housekeeping sanitize every single surface here in the lobby, in the restaurant, on the elevators, hallways. That's every single hour. Once you walk in, you check in, you get a hand sanitizer. The wellness kits includes an extra mask, gloves, hand sanitizing wipes, and the remote control sleeve. Compared to last year, yeah, we would have had about an 80% occupancy, 100% occupancy. Now it's an 11% occupancy. And we're very fortunate to have that. I lost my team. I had to play the role of everything on one shift. At the beginning, it was very scary to just go home, take my normal 3 trains from New York to New Jersey. And just for that fear to not contaminate my family, I stayed here for about 4 to 5 nights a week, and that lasted until a good 5 months. It was very heartbreaking at the beginning. You know, my kids wouldn't see me for such a long time. We've all had to take a pay cut, all of the salary managers. I myself was part of that group. It is what it is. You know, this is the measures that the company had to take in order to keep open. Obviously, I want to work, and, you know, just, I understood. It was hard, but I understood the reasons for that. So you just have to find a means to live with what you have now.
Non-essential workers went remote, including office workers in financial services and Wall Street. The office real estate market is also supposed to bounce back in 2025, but for businesses that depend on those office workers, they can't wait that long.
Whereas in the past, we were just focused on food trucks, but now we're focusing on e-commerce and online.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Initially, when COVID started, our food truck business, we saw a 90% decrease. We noticed it right away. The day that we went out to work, we noticed that there were really nobody on the street. So we were able to create a platform really quick on our own and be able to offer contactless delivery to different locations in New York. So we were offering in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, and Queens. I would definitely say I have a love and hate relationship with deliveries, just simply because we never really had to pay 30%. The cost of packaging really goes up. And on top of that, you still are subject to so many fees and hidden expenses that comes with the third parties. Being part of New York, 2020 for a certain group of people was not the year that they made a lot of money, but it was also a year our community has been an anchor. And I think that is the one thing that I'm very hopeful for. It will continue to be the support of individuals that will continue to help small businesses get out of the place that they're in right now.